Hello guys, Norwich City Central here, back for another video. Norwich have made two signings on the same day. Who would have thought it? We have signed Temmu Pukki, I think I've pronounced that right, I hope so anyway, a Finland striker, and Ben Marshall as well. That one's been circulating for a few days, and we've finally got our man in Ben Marshall for a fee of around 1.2 million. I'm going to talk about both signings, and I think I'm going to predict whether they're going to be successful or not. But you know, this is an interactive channel. Please leave your thoughts down below in the comments, as that dog is annoyingly barking. But yeah, leave me your thoughts down below on these two signings and whether they're going to be successful or not. But let's start with Temmu Pukki, a Finland striker, 28 years old, and he's been playing at Brøndby in the Danish league for 4 years. 95 appearances and over 40 goals, so that's about a 1 in 2 ratio. And he's been doing well in the Danish leagues, you know, in Denmark. Brøndby are a team who normally finish first or second in and around that spot, so I think he's going to be a very competitive player. Obviously, the Danish league, no disrespect, it's not a great league. It's probably in calibre with the Championship, if not probably poorer. Actually, let's be honest, it is probably poorer than the Championship. But no, he's done a good striker. I think he will be. Daniel Farke said when we signed him, we need to make, or you know, while we signed him, last season strikers didn't make enough runs in behind. And he said that Temmu Pukki is a striker who has smart movements, and I think we do need smart movements, because I don't think our strikers, although they've got abundance of quality like Nelson Oliveira, they haven't been smart and they haven't used their heads and haven't fit into the style. So if Temmu Pukki is going to be successful, he's got to fit in with the style, and you know, trying to run in behind, hold the ball up. And by the sounds of it, he seems like he's an all-round striker, perhaps kind of Daniel Farke's ideal striker, someone who can do a lot of things. So, you know, he also had a spell at Celtic as well, scored 9 goals in 35 games, but he's a player who's 28 years old. He's one of the more experienced players in the squad, and he could be successful. Let's give him a chance. I do think we still need to sign one more striker. I think you need at least 3 strikers, and although we've got 3 strikers, I'm not sure Nelson Oliveira is going to stay, especially after some of his comments on Instagram. Head over to my Twitter, that's in my about description, to see what Nelson Oliveira kind of digged about Norwich City. But yeah, I think we need to sign one more striker. I'm not sure if he's going to be the first choice striker, but as a backup he looks like an excellent player, who can get some goals and contribute to the team. Let's move on to Ben Marshall now. He had a spell at Millwall. We signed him from Wolves. He had a spell at Millwall last season. Over 20 appearances, a few goals and a few assists, and the Millwall fans loved him. And the Millwall fans were desperate to sign him, but he ended up going to obviously Norwich. Yeah, he's a good player, versatile as well. He can play as a right back in that number 10 role, but probably he's going to play as a winger for us next season. But I'm really not convinced with our right back in Ivo Pinto, so he could possibly be our right back for next season. You know, we've seen Harrison Reed adapt to that spot. Maybe Ben Marshall can, but he'll probably play as a winger. And he's a player who's got quality on the ball. He likes to create chances, and yeah, at Millwall, a lot of fans did really rate him because, you know, he had some great strikes in him, a great crossing ability, and just quite a smart player. And I think, you know, if he can adapt to the league, which he's already shown he can do at Millwall, but adapt more so to the style of football under Daniel Farke, I think he'll be great. We saw last season our wingers probably weren't direct enough. Josh Murphy was our only real good winger because Onel Hernandez didn't really have time to adapt, although I do think he's going to be a hit. He didn't have time to adapt. Marley Watkins didn't quite have it in. So he's important this winger is successful, and last season the wingers didn't really attack. You know, they weren't direct enough, very static. And that was my major problem with Norwich City last season. We didn't try and get in behind defences. Everything was in front of them. It was slow, possession-based football in front of them. And next season, I think if we're going to be successful and especially improve our home record, we do need to get in behind defences rather than just play sideways football. So Ben Marshall's a player who I think will be direct, will have energy, and hopefully can get in some great crosses and score a few goals as well. But yeah, for a £1 million fee, smart business. And we've also signed obviously Mo Leitner on a permanent deal. He's a great player, although I would play him in a slightly deeper role because I'm not sure Mo Leitner is going to be the type of player who's going to run in beyond the striker. But you know, he might adapt to that role. You don't know. And we've also got Emi Buenda, who's probably going to be competition for Ben Marshall on the wing, an exciting talent. So yeah, we've made 4 signings, all really good bits of business. And my overall conclusions on Temmu Pukki and Ben Marshall are, yeah, let's give them a chance. You know, let's give them a chance. Ben Marshall, very good at Millwall last season, so I'm sure he's going to adapt. He could be another Marley Watkins. Obviously, Marley Watkins did well at Barnsley, and then obviously pretty shit here. But you know, Ben Marshall could Could be the Marley Watkins, but I don't think he will be. I think he's got enough quality about him if he gets enough game time to be successful. And Temmu Pukki, it is a bit of a risk, but on a free transfer, I think the striker from Finland could be very successful. And if he's smart and if he can adapt to the system, he can be a great player. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Leave me your thoughts down below, of course, on the two signings of Ben Marshall and Temmu Pukki.